Okay, so after the startup, you select your username and then you acknowledge the risks of operating a processor. You accept that, and then it takes you to this main run screen. That's about an 8-second process from the time that you press the run switch on the cab module. So this screen is your main work area screen. The left side is all your menu options that you can touch and interact with. And pressing the home button takes you back to the main screen. This is a touch screen, so you just simply touch. For this demonstration purpose, you'll see my mouse, but treat that as if it's your finger. This main saw area and the top saw and the diameter, this is your main work area that you're going to be using and interacting with the most. The main saw area shows you your measured length. There's the species that you selected and the preset number you've selected. The diameter is displayed in either inches or centimeters, depends on what units you select, and the top saw as well. It shows the distance from the main saw bar to the top saw bar if you're performing a top saw cut. The top right of the screen is the last cut performed. It'll display the length, the diameter, and the volume of the wood. The next group down is your gauge pack. This will show the speed in either feet per second or meters per second. The temperature in Fahrenheit or Celsius will be the hydraulic oil temperature that's measured at the head from a sensor that we supply you that you install. The main pressure is the pressure from the base machine to the processor head, which is measured at the processor head. The load pressure gauge is the load sense pressure of each individual function as it's pressed. And if there's multi-functions happening, it's going to report to you the highest pressure that's red. So, and then the next one down here, this is your indicator section. The indicators are what you're doing to the head to operate it. For example, the main saw sensor, if you trip the main saw sensor, um, it will display in a red box like that. For example, I've just pressed the main saw button, and the top saw would do the same. The find end, if it senses a log, it will also light up. And all these indicators mean something, be it the over diameter, under diameter, your 10 plus button, your top saw selected, your species selected, auto repeat, all that kind of stuff. It's all shown here, and it's all described in the manual. And if you're ever wondering what this is, you can also touch each one, and it tells you exactly what it does. So I'll just take you one by one. This is your auto repeat. This is your measure wheel locked up. This is if you use the measure wheel lock function. In our system, you can actually lock the measure wheel in the home position if you decide you just want to do tree length logging, or however you want to. You don't require the measuring wheel. Main saw prox is disabled. Top saw prox disabled. Main saw locked home and top saw locked home. These two indicate you have an option to lock out the saws. This is especially nice for transport operators, that you can lock out the saw before you give them the processor head to transport, so they don't accidentally press main saw. Log jam, take control. This means it's trying to feed, but it can't achieve its target, and it's just going to report an error. So it's asking you to take control of the grips. Stem over preset diameter, stem under, Wi-Fi connected or not, and multi-stem.